In tonight's sports news, Cricket West Indies back ICC policy, Collymore back in charge of St. Lucia basketball, and St. Lucian jockey wins Valentine's race in Barbados. We bowl off tonight's Hot 7 Sports with cricket. Cricket West Indies Chief Executive Johnny Grave says that Cricket West Indies is in firm agreement with the International Cricket Council's Get Tough policy on player abuse in the wake of the severe punishment dished out to fast bowler Shannon Gabriel. And while conceding that Gabriel's 4-match one-day ban was a huge blow for the Windies, Graves said he also expected the 30-year-old to learn from the incident. Gabriel was suspended for the first 4 one-day internationals against England starting next week, following a verbal exchange with England captain Joe Root on the 3rd day of the final test on Tuesday, which was deemed to be in breach of the ICC's Code of Conduct. The ICC has put in place a zero tolerance on any abuse on the field by players, and we are fully supportive of that, Graves said. Gabriel was not named in the Windies squad for the first 2 one-dayers in Barbados, but was expected to feature later in the 5-match series. On to local basketball, Leslie Collymore has been returned as president of the St. Lucia Basketball Federation following that organization's annual general meeting earlier this month. Also returned from the executives elected in 2014 is Velika Augustine as General Secretary and Wendell Sheik as Treasurer. Also elected for the period 2019-2023 are Shona Dantes as First Vice President, Olan Prescott as Second Vice President, Marlene Emmanuel as Assistant Secretary, and Kendall Scotty Eugene as Public Relations Officer. The newly appointed executive will be responsible for the development, promotion, and sustainability of the sport of basketball in St. Lucia during the aforementioned period. In more basketball news, Drew Holiday and Julius Randle combined to score 65 points and help the host New Orleans Pelicans overcome the loss of All-Star forward Anthony Davis in a 131-122 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder on Thursday night. Other scores from last night: the Knicks downed the Hawks 106-91, and the Hornets lost to the Magic 89-127. The NBA All-Star Weekend takes place this weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina, which will feature the All-Star Celebrity and Rising Stars Challenge, which is already in progress. On Saturday, it's the All-Star Saturday Night, 3-point contest and dunk contest. Then on Sunday is the 68th NBA All-Star Game.
Right down the pipe, Paul George knocks it down. Might have still been on the cylinder. As Westbrook goes right by him all the way to the
Spanish football, Barcelona manager Ernesto Valverde has signed a 1-year contract extension. The 55-year-old Spaniard also has the option for a year, which would see him remain in charge until the end of the 2020-2021 season. The former Barcelona forward replaced Luis Enrique in May 2017 and won La Liga and the Copa del Rey in his first season in charge. Barca are currently top of the league on 51 points, 6 points clear of rivals Real Madrid. Finally, on tonight's sports news, horse racing. Rico Daniel is a long way from the Kakabef, but he's blazing a trail of St. Lucian equestrians. There may be no independence horse racing in VA4 this year, but if and when the Sport of Kings does take serious root in Fair Helen, a local champion could be astride one of the winning thoroughbreds. Eric Rico Daniel is originally from VA4, but last year he received certification as an apprentice jockey in Barbados. He has been able to pull off several victories at the Garrison Savannah, building his name and reputation as he continues to gain experience. But one of his biggest scalps came last weekend. Daniel, riding Arrowhead, won the Barbados $16,000 St. Valentine Handicap by a length and a half on Saturday. Arrowhead, a stubborn 7-year-old bay, won in a time of 1 minute 52 seconds on a firm track for the 1800-meter event, fighting off his stablemate Butterfly to win the weekend's featured race. That's how we end tonight's sports news.